Nez smiled at his lovely guest, brushing a pale lock of hair out of her glass eye. She looked remarkable, doll-like. Something out of Nez's childhood dreams, many of which he would have been reluctant to share with others. Nez was ever a man of demented fantasies, but objectively speaking, his companion looked nothing short of radiant this afternoon. Anyone with sight would surely agree. Humming to himself in hazy glee, Nez lifted the pot and began to pour the tea. A small portion for his guest, as she wouldn't really be drinking any. She couldn't anymore, not since she had become a doll. Nez knew that she probably missed the taste of tea, or having access to her senses at all, having a pulse, the works. But beauty was pain, sometimes it could even be death. True, she'd suffered, but she'd blossomed, this was undeniable. So deep in his heart, Nez knew that she was grateful. She'd had no other choice. She'd become a work of art, lovely to behold, and practically non-functional. Setting the teacups down, Nez leaned forward and placed a kiss on her withering lips. He'd painted them lightly for the occasion, so that was all right. This paint wouldn't stain. "I love you," he told her, knowing she could not respond. He told her anyway, as none of his impulses could ever sit unfulfilled. Wiping a tear from his eye, Nez took a moment to remember her as she was. She had loved him ferociously, more than any woman ever had or would ever come close to. She'd fixed him snickerdoodles on demand. She'd gifted him Landon, his first and only puppy. She used to call him her blessing, her gift. Albeit he'd felt the same about her, it was even more so now, much as he'd hated to admit it. His affection for her had been too great to withstand. It became too much to be away from her, if even for a millisecond, for she instilled in Nez compulsions the depths of which even he may never fully realize. And when he'd taken her, he let her know he was only doing this for them. So there would be a forever, and that she would be beautiful, no matter what became of the outside world. She'd begged a bit when he started to cut her throat. After gasping until her lungs gave out, the crimson covered her body and stained her little white dress. The color, Nez had thought, was actually quite pretty. In honor of her transformation, he'd made her one in the same shade. Gazing upon her now, he was filled with pride and satisfaction. His handiwork was immaculate, and that was what she had always deserved. "I hope I've done well by you," he said to her, voice crackling with emotion. "I love you more than anything, Grandma."